Welcome back to Kids Planning. I'm Peyton.
And I'm Jared.
And today we're going to teach you how to play Ticket to Ride!
Ticket to Ride is a cross-country train adventure game from Days of Wonder where players compete to get the most points by completing destination tickets. The game includes the board, train cars, scoring markers, train car cards, ticket cards, and the longest path card.
The base game comes with small cards like this.
But we're playing with the 1910 expansion, which is mainly just these full-size cards. It does come with a few extra bonus cards, but we're not going to cover those in this video.
The goal of the game is to get the most points, and you get points by climbing routes.
Which means you fill one of these paths between two cities.
You also get points by completing tickets.
Which means you connect two specific cities shown on these ticket cards by connecting multiple train routes. And at the end of the game, the player with the longest continuous path of trains gets the longest train bonus. You can also lose points by not completing routes that are in your hand at the end of the game.
To set up the game, lay out the board, and then each player picks their color and takes their trains. Then they put their score counters on 100, which is technically 0. The scoring track goes all the way around the board.
Next, shuffle the train cards and deal each player 4 cards. Then stack the rest of the train cards up to form the draw pile, and lay out the top 5 cards next to it face up.
Next, shuffle the ticket cards and deal 3 at each player. You can look at your tickets, but you need to keep them a secret from the other players.
Everyone has to keep at least 2, but you can return 1 to the deck if you want. Any returned tickets are put on the bottom of the ticket deck. Then put the ticket deck next to the board.
During your turn, you can do one of 3 actions. Draw train cards, climb a route, or draw more tickets.
Once a player has done one of these actions, their turn is over and play moves clockwise around the table.
Now let's talk about how you do each of these actions.
To draw train cards, take 2 cards from either the face down deck or face up cards next to it, and you can take 1 from each too. When you take a face up card, you immediately replace it before you draw your second card. Then you can draw your second card from the face down deck or from the face up cards again. The only exception is if you take a wild rainbow card from the face up cards, then you can only draw 1 card per turn. But if you get a wild from the face down deck, you still get to draw a second card. There is no limit to how many cards you can have in your hand.
If the train deck is empty, shuffle the discard pile and put it back face down.
To claim a route, you have to match colored train cards from your hand to a route on the board. So as you're drawing train cards, think about which routes you're trying to get so you can be strategic with the cards you draw. It doesn't matter what color your trains are, you just have to match the color and number of cards to the route. So to claim this route, I would need 6 orange cards. And to claim this route, I would need 4 black cards.
The rainbow cards are wild, and you can use as many wild cards as you want when you're climbing a route. You can use any color to climb a gray route, but they have to be all the same. You can't mix up colors like blue and pink.
Some cities are connected by double routes, like this. And one player cannot claim both of these double routes. And in a 2 and 3 player game, only one of the double routes is used. Once you claim a route, put the cards you used in the discard pile.
When you complete a route, you get points depending on how long the route was. And the chart at the bottom of the board shows how many points. Be sure to move your point marker when you claim a route. Once a route is claimed, no one else can claim it again.
If you want to draw tickets, take 3 cards, and you have to keep at least 1. But you can keep 2 or 3 if you want. Put any discarded tickets on the bottom of the deck.
Remember, you can only do one of these 3 actions during your turn.
Let's talk about completing tickets. Each ticket card shows 2 cities. To complete a ticket, you have to connect the 2 cities by completing individual routes between them. But it doesn't matter how you connect them. You don't have to do it in the shortest way possible or anything. You can also combine routes to complete multiple tickets. So let's say I have Los Angeles to Chicago and Los Angeles to New York. I can go from Los Angeles all the way to Chicago, and then if I finish Chicago to New York, then I'd complete 2 tickets. As long as the cities are connected by an unbroken series of trains, it counts. And if you draw a ticket card that you just happen to have already completed, you're really lucky and you do get to keep that card, but keep your ticket card secret until the end of the game. So players will go around the table collecting cards and trying to claim routes on the board until one player ends their turn with 0, 1, or 2 trains left. When that happens, it triggers the end of the game. After that, each player, including the one that triggered it, gets one more turn. Then the game ends and you calculate final scores. You should have been keeping up with your score during the game, but if you want, you can recount your routes to make sure you didn't miss anything. For the tickets, you get the points shown for each ticket you complete, and you subtract the points for each ticket in your hand that you didn't complete.
The player with the longest continuous route gets a 10-point bonus.
The longest route can loop and cross over itself, but you can never count one car more than once. If there's a tie, the tied players each get 10 points.
The player with the highest score wins. If it's a tie, the player with the longest route wins. And that's Ticket to Ride.
If you have any questions, or if you have a game you want us to teach, leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching.
And be sure to subscribe right here
And watch our other videos over here.
See you later.
Bye!